Listen to me. Don't let these scammers oppress you. Don't let these people on social media living all these trifle life. Either they are doing 419 or they are doing a shower walk. Not all of them, but you really have to be mindful of the people that you're allowing to influence you. Just be careful. What's going on, mi familia, mi gente, my village people, and everyone in between? Thank you for tuning into the No Longer Rugged podcast. Let me tell you, the month of July has been good to me. Why? Because I went outside and I touched grass and I just took a break. So I feel refreshed. July's still here. So I'm definitely going to still take my time off. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to bring you these solo episodes because let me tell you one thing. I've been trying to do like virtual podcasts with people, and I can tell you that I absolutely hate it. There's always some kind of technical difficulty. So in the future, I hope to bring more in-person podcasts. I don't have right at this moment the funds to bring them here. It has not come. But don't worry, I will go to them and we'll see from there. But I'm excited to bring you this episode. Something that has been on my mind, and I've been wanting to talk about this, is this flex culture, keeping up with the Joneses. If you're Igbo, keeping up with the Nwachukus, or if you're Yoruba, keeping up with the Olusanyas, whatever. Insert your tribal cultural name here. The reason for this episode is because not too long ago, I was out with a friend. We were just catching up because it had been a long time since I'd seen him. Not too long, but you have those friends that you just kind of meet up with. And he pulls up this article, and the article was talking about how the FBI just did like this major bust on wire fraud. People that have been doing wire fraud in the area. I believe it was all of Texas. And so he goes on to show me this article, and he was like, man, I know these people. I know one of these people. I think he says two of them are brothers. I didn't know anybody. I say, thank God. Because trust me, I have been in a situation where I knew the first name on that article. Or in that article. So we thank God that was not the case this time. And so he was just telling me about how, wow, this guy, like, you'll see him, popping bottles in the club, and you'll see him, flaunting what he has. And I think he knew the guy in the article to have like a pretty decent business. And so he was really shocked. Like, man, this dude makes money. Why would he have to do this? And let me tell you, one thing I never understood was this whole mentality of trying to keep up with the Joneses or whoever. Maybe that's just where God has me, or just the person he has turned me into, because I could honestly care less. I think as Nigerians, as Africans, really as human beings, but I know Africans specifically, we like to oppress each other. Hey, we like to oppress each other with our riches and our accomplishments and titles and things like that. And please, at this point, I just want to just live a simple life. Honestly, I'm a big believer in cutting your cloth according to your size. Because it's not me. It's not me that people will come and pressure or bully or whatever into buying stuff that I can't afford and to do it. No. I move at my own pace. The pace that God is telling me to move, that's the one I'll move. If that means that in the season I'm cutting my expenses, it is what it is. I'm not ashamed to be like, oh girl, that's out of my budget. I can't do that today. But holler at me next time, because the people that are with you and the people that know you and love you, they'll understand. And if you're around people that are pressuring you to do stuff and it's out of your budget, one, you need to learn to stand up for yourself and be okay with saying no and creating boundaries. And then two, you should not be around those kind of people if they can't respect your boundaries. Period. What's crazy is that article actually reminded me of the situation that I talked about earlier when I did know someone that was on that article. This was for a different situation, but it involved the FBI nonetheless. The main temptation we talk about a lot is, lust, but greed is one too. Now, it may not affect everyone to that degree of doing criminal activity, but it's still a temptation, especially if you do something illegal and you get away with it the first time. I really feel like a lot of these people, they're just like, let me just do this wire fraud, this one time. And then let's say they get $50,000, right, from some rich millionaire or billionaire that probably isn't really going to notice that money is gone right away. And so in their minds, they start to justify, because that $50,000, the thing is sweet too. And you start spending it, and you start saying, but this man did not notice. Let me do it again, and let me do it again, and you start recruiting people to come in and be doing this criminal activity with you, and it's hard to resist that temptation because you got away with it before and nobody caught you. But what people don't know, the FBI, they're watching you. And I think my friend was telling me that they wait till you hit a certain amount. I don't know these things, so please don't. Please, this is not my area of expertise. But he was saying they wait till you hit a certain amount, whether it's like $250,000, and then they bring all the evidence, and by the time it's time to convict you, there's like a 99% conviction rate. So if they come to your door, my dear, just clap. Do your hand like this. Do your hand like this. You are finished. Oh, it's just not worth it. Honestly, listen to me. Don't let these scammers oppress you. Don't let these people on social media living all these trifle life. Either they're doing 419 or they are doing a shower walk. Not all of them, but you really have to be mindful of the people that you're allowing to influence you. Just be careful. And you know what? There are some people who they work hard, or whether they just came from money and they got it like that. And that's cool. It doesn't mean that you look at them and say, this person, no, I'm. But some of them, I know you. I know you are doing a shower walk. I know you are doing scamming. I know you are doing Yahoo. So we live in a society that tells us that we need to have things now. And if you're 19 years old and you haven't gotten a Dunkin' Donuts deal like this big TikToker, you're a failure. If you're a 25-year-old man and you're not pushing a Benz, you're not working for this Fortune 500 company, or you're not an entrepreneur, you're a failure. You need to catch up. These women will laugh at you. And it's just like, that's not the average person. Yeah, there are stories of, 25-year-olds and 19-year-olds getting, whether it's huge deals or, starting their own businesses, and it works for them, but that's not the average person. Wasn't something I read that said that the average millionaire is around late 40s, and some people don't even see that kind of money ever in life, but they still live a comfortable life. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing to please do me, I'll strive for that. There's nothing wrong with having nice things. Me, I like nice things, but I like to also be reasonable. And I, again, cut your cloth according to your size. Wealth is not bad. So for those who are like, all these people are evil. Yeah, some of them are evil, but there's some people that God just favors and blesses with businesses, and not just that, but they work hard too. So please, I want whatever wealth God has for me. I want it as long as it does not interfere with family life and just living the simple life. Then yeah, because I want to be able to do stuff with wealth. I want to be able to give and to bless people and just make an impact, and also enjoy nice things and have options. There's nothing wrong with that. If we're honest about why some people go into criminal activity, especially now in this social media generation, it's because of what they're seeing online. No, you're seeing all these people, and it seems like the minority is the majority, but the average person is working an average job, and that's okay. They're working their way up, or maybe they like where they're at and they're content. I used to feel for some of the guys in Nigeria, because now you're having babes that say I want this wig, and it gets to a point where they're working hard, they're working with their hands, doing what they can, and they feel like, man, I'm not really getting nowhere. I can't get these girls, and so they turn to criminal activity. That's how you start getting them. They'll be doing crime on WhatsApp. They'll be doing all this scamming stuff. And for me, I've my mindset is I want to do the kind of work that will allow me to sleep well at night. Not saying that some scammers don't have a good night's rest, but please, they said the wicked is running when nobody's chasing them. I don't want my peace of mind is so valuable. So I honestly, I don't understand how these people do it. And if we're honest, I feel like it does affect men and women, but I do think it affects men the most because men are brought up to be providers, and so their value tends to be more really, especially in this society of, get the bag, secure the bag, and do all this. It's almost like they're not valuable if they are not making a certain amount. Now, that's not what I'm saying, right? Because a human being is valuable because they're a human being, right? But in the way society portrays it, depending on what you're allowing to, come into your eyes and ears and all that, I can see how some of these guys, these young men can watch this and be like, man, I'm not valuable until. And so I do feel for them. I feel for men. And I want to encourage you all, listen, there's nothing wrong with honest work. There's nothing wrong with doing something that you actually enjoy doing and going to bed. Don't let these people pressure you and bully you into a life of crime. So, funny story. This happened to me when I still had my salon space. This is about 3 years ago before I closed it down. I had this client come in. She came in for color. Color was my specialty. That's what I did. And I didn't know who she was. And I'll tell you later on. It'll make sense later on. However, we were having this conversation and I could tell that this was a girl that, she was doing well for herself, really just from the things that we said or she said. She mentioned that she had a cane corso, which is those big dogs. I love them. They're cute. Big, strong, powerful dogs. And she said that she bought hers from Belgium, a breeder in Belgium. She paid $9,000 to get it shipped over here. I said, girl, you got money. Okay, I ain't mad at it. Me, my dog, I just went to the shelter and I paid $50 and he's a very good boy. He's fine. It doesn't disturb too much. And I was like, okay, shoot, I'm not mad at it. If you have it and that's what you want, who am I? And so I was like, okay. And then I remember she was telling me that she just moved to Houston and she feels like Houston is a keeping up with the Jones type city. And I was like, really? This Houston? Oh, okay. I didn't knew it though. I didn't used to knew it. So I was like, okay, girl, tell me more. I'm interested. And she was saying, yeah, I just moved here. And I went to this party and I brought my Michael Kors bag. And my friend was like, girl, what are you doing? And she was embarrassed that I brought a Michael Kors bag. And then she ended up buying me a Prada bag. Hey. She said she was embarrassed of her Michael Kors bag. So her friend bought her a Prada bag to take to these parties with her. I tell my sister, hey, I have plenty bags for your friend to be embarrassed about. I have it. Or anything you want. Sometimes when I go to party, I even pack nylon bag. I don't even pack regular bag. I just tie it around my wrist and I pack it. So if she wants to come and bless me with Prada, no problem. I will not deny it. And I was just like, dang, girl, what kind of, I was like, wow, okay, I guess. Me, my friends, I don't know. Them too, they're carrying nylon bags. So, anyway. And then she said she would roll up to some of these scenes with her. I think she had either a Mini Cooper. No, it wasn't a Mini Cooper. It was one of these bugs, the Volkswagen cars, really cute. I mean, it probably fit her personality. And she said that, people would talk about her. They would talk about her. And so she ended up upgrading. I don't know if it was to a Jeep, but it was one of these SUV cars. And in my mind, I was like, what? Your car still works. You like it, I guess, Why are you upgrading? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's, maybe because my level, I've not reached your level yet. I was like, okay, my sister, wonderful, I guess. Very nice girl. And so in my mind, I was trying to encourage her, listen, don't let these people, oppress you into buying stuff that you don't actually want. Now, if you wanted that car, no problem. Get it because you actually want it. But nobody's going to come and laugh at it and say, oh, you need to upgrade your car. Will you upgrade it for me? Okay, then. Yeah, because as far as I'm concerned, the thing can get me from point A to point B. Even if sometimes I have to push it, no problem. You push with me. And And so later on, I'm almost done with her hair color. She loves it. And she was just like, oh, wow. I was straightening it. She was just like, wow, like, I love how you get it straight, with one pass. Because whenever I'm on set, they do multiple passes. And I just feel like, it damages my hair. And so in my mind, I heard whenever I'm on set. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, people that say that are like actors and actresses. So me, I was like, maybe she's like an actress and I just didn't know who she was. She had a mask on, but but sometimes you can tell. I was like, I don't know who this girl is. Even reading her name on my schedule, I was like, I don't know who this girl is. So I go and I did a little Instagram search because she also mentioned that she had like over 1 million followers. And so I was like, are these real followers or are these the ones that you buy, the robots? And so I put in her name. I know I should have done this. I was just curious. You would do the same thing too. Don't talk to me. I put in her name and it did not show up. I saw her profile. It was private. I was like, okay, that's her. But I was like, And so another name came up, which was actually close to her real name. But I guess this was her stage name. And I knew it was her because just off of like, the name on Instagram, because it had 1.2 million followers. And so I click on, now the first page was private. This was her like personal page. And this was her other public page. So I click on the page. Hey. The thing I said, I wish I would have never looked this up. She was an actress, all right. She was an actress in the corn industry. And now the worst thing I could have ever done was I just looked it up on Twitter like, oh, was it? I said Jesu. Let's go back. Hey. Yeah, wrong move. Because, I guess I don't see crazy things on my Twitter, so I forgot that Twitter is not censored. I was like, yeah, I don't want to see this girl like this, right? I liked just her personality. She was really sweet. And so I could tell that she knew that I didn't know who she was. Now she did, like I said, she had a mask on, but still, like, you could tell. And so I think she kind of felt comfortable just like talking and gisting and things like that. And so when I discovered her page, I was like, wow, okay. But it was just crazy because I'm like, this is her stage persona, which, that's how she makes her money. But the girl that was in my chair, she was sweet and a little on the timid side and kind of had given up on love, maybe because her industry, I didn't know that then. But I was just encouraging her. She was cool. She was cool. But anyway, my whole point in saying that was it blew my mind that people are really out here allowing other people to oppress them and have them buying things they don't need. Now, she can afford it, but some people can't afford it. And they go into debt trying to impress people that person that even has that car, how do you know that they can even afford it? Do you know? And you, Mumu, you're going to go and buy lease your own. Then when they come and collect it, then you'll be shouting, oh, my enemy, my enemy. So one thing about the internet is that it has opened us up to a pool of people that we would otherwise not even know of. So now, again, the minority seems like the majority, and it seems like you are far behind and everybody else is ahead. And so you start getting anxious and all these things. And sometimes it's easy to be like, God, am I a tumbler or am I a carrot or am I beans? But the truth is, move at your own pace. Everybody is not out here a 23-year-old millionaire. That is like some people 23, I've not even seen 4 figures. Talk less of 5, talk less of 6, And so, again, it doesn't mean that you can't strive for things. It doesn't mean you can't strive to be better and to earn more. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't put yourself under this pressure and that will cause you to work yourself to death. Definitely work hard. Work hard and work smart, right? Use your gifts, work smart, because we're in the age of social media, the age of the internet. You have, lots of tools, but don't just be doing stuff just because. Don't just, be holding on to stuff because it's a money grab. Like, then you look stupid, But listen, I don't know about you. When it comes to me, I want to do my own. Please, I want to do my own. Then I want to go and just rest and enjoy the fruits of my labor. And that doesn't mean that I'm not trying to do the best I definitely want to do the best that I can. But it's just not worth it to try and take a shortcut and try to finesse from people who have actually worked hard. I just feel like even though somebody says, hey, come and do this wire fraud with me, come and scam these people with me. Maybe it's just the God conscious in me. I can't do it because that person, one is stealing, right? But that's theirs. And I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. Even if this person has inherited this money, I hate the thought of, oh, well, they're rich. No, like even still, that's their money. Even if they obtain that money in a way that was, not right, let God deal with them. Let God deal with them. I'm not going to come and add my sin on top of their own sin. Anyway, don't let anybody shame you. To all the young people, even the old ones. Anyway, the old ones, what are you doing trying to scam? Go and take your vitamins. I beg, go and rest. But to those who feel like you are, you're behind, or you're tempted to get into this scamming, or you're tempted to do work that you probably will not be proud of in the future, because let me tell you, the internet is here to stay. Okay? Please do some. Imagine you now, let's say, you do stuff that you're not proud of. And then years down the line, you're trying to tell your grandkids, hey, do right, do. And they say, grandma, did you? Or grandpa, did you? Oh, okay. What was, I just knock them on their head. But there's nothing wrong with doing honest work. If you need to take a break from social media, go ahead and take that break, because sometimes you don't understand how that stuff affects your mind. Whether you're comparing yourself like, oh, I'm not in this kind of relationship, I don't have boo, or these people all, luxury. Me, I'm only buying, I'm wearing secondhand. Listen, you secondhand is what you can wear right now. You rock it and you make it your style. Make it your style as you're working and striving for more. Yeah, take a break if you need to. It's not by force, Biko. It's not by force. I think because social media has really become a huge part of our daily lives, sometimes we forget what life outside of it is. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to log off. Okay. And if there are pages that are making you feel, inferior and things like that, or they make you feel less than, or, you get a bit anxious when they come up, it's okay to unfollow. It's okay to unfollow. Now, I'm not saying that every time somebody's celebrating and you're feeling, jealous, that you need to unfollow. No, sometimes you need to work on whatever's in your heart that's causing you to feel envious. Because somebody could just be celebrating something genuine. And so definitely work on that. Or if you just feel like, okay, this is a lot for me. Maybe I'm following this person. They're always posting designer bags and I feel less than because I don't have these things. Or they're always posting these flashy cars or riding in private jets, and it's making me feel less than. It's okay to unfollow. It's okay to unfollow. It's fine. Whether they're getting it legally or not legally, that's not my business. But anyway, take care of yourself. And always remember, every 3 to 5 years, there is always a new class of scammers that the FBI now reveals to the public. Make sure that you're not on the list. Make sure that you're not valedictorian of that list. Thank you again for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like this video. This is how the algorithm lets people know that you enjoy this content and they push it out a little bit more. Definitely leave a comment. Have you been tempted to, go into that kind of work? Maybe don't put it, don't write it too. Never mind. But do you know someone who has been tempted to go into any kind of like scamming or work that they probably wouldn't be proud of just to make money and floss and to oppress others? If so, I want to hear about it in the comments. I'll grab my popcorn and definitely be reading the comments. So thank you all for tuning in to this episode. I'll see you next time. Don't be a scammer.